Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to talk about something that I've been struggling with for like my entire life. That's how to save money. So I think it was Dave Ramsey that categorized people as either a saver or a spender. I am 100% a spender. I love spending money. Like I get a joy out of going grocery shopping. That's where I like thrive. I'm not someone who puts money away for safety, safekeeping, for bad times. That's just not something that's on my mind. I have never thought about doing that. It's really hard for me to save up for things in the future. I am like the perfect person for for credit cards and credit card companies. They look at me and they go, "Oh, yo, that guy wants to spend our money and pay us back slowly. This is perfect. I gotta get this guy on a credit card. I gotta get him buying stuff. I gotta get him a new car." Like it's bad, right? I am the exact target demographic for credit card companies. But with that being said, I have managed to avoid the pitfalls of credit cards because I have a system. It's through trial and error. I didn't always manage to avoid it. Sometimes I fell for it, and sometimes I had to, you know, try and struggle my way out, but I did get through it, and I came up with my system. I call the system the bank of me, or in this case, it's the bank of you. This is the idea. This is the mental reframing that your money is a bank. The bank of you. You are the one who is lending yourself money. So, when you go to buy something, you are borrowing from yourself. And sometimes the bank, you, will not let you do so because you have no money. Great. So, that helped me a lot in stopping my spending. But that doesn't equate to savings, right? Like, just not spending money. Sure, I might not go into debt, but that doesn't mean I'm saving money. So, how do I save money, right? I buy things. I'm not talking about like a new iPhone. I'm talking about investments. I'm buying ETFs. I'm buying stocks. I'm even buying my future. Not futures, but my future. So, for me, when I'm purchasing these stocks, so I do dollar cost averaging. When I am purchasing my investments, that is the one of the best days every 2 weeks when I get my paycheck and I go, okay, I need to buy stocks today. I'm stoked because I know I get to go look at, okay, let's see my strategy. I have, VFE, XEI, XGROW, stuff like that. I'm Canadian, so I have a bunch of Canadian dividends and stuff like that, and Canadian stocks and ETFs. And I got to look at it and go, okay, how do I want to allocate my money? I put about $500 in. How much do I want to allocate? Let's say. So I go, okay, I want to put, let's say, $100 in VFE because it's doing all right, and I just want to dollar cost average my way in. But I think XEI is going to be great. I want, let's say, dividends. I want more income. I'm going to buy XEI. I'm going to buy XGROW. I'm going to buy these things that help me save money. Not only am I saving money, but I'm investing, right? I'm doing two steps in one by just buying the things that make me feel good because they make me feel good. Suddenly, I own that. I own that thing. It's on paper. Well, it's on paper. It's on digital. And for me, that's where I see my money. I own this thing. I've purchased this thing, and it feels great. Just that little reframing of, oh, I'm saving money to invest. I'm putting my money away. That never could get me anywhere because I was always like, oh, well, I could use that money for something cool. But now I'm buying this. I'm an owner. I own part of the company. I own part of the ETF. It really helped me reframe it to the point where like I'm excited to do it. I'm looking forward to it. I make sure I set aside money so I'm able to partake in it because it brings me joy. But that's investing. That's how to not spend money. But what about saving? You need an well, you don't need, but you really should have an emergency fund. So how do I buy an emergency fund? I choose to buy peace. I choose to buy financial freedom. Every dollar I put in there, I'm looking at it like a fraction of freedom, right? So I know my expenses. I know how much I need to have away to reach that magical 3 to 6 months. So I look at buying my emergency fund, putting my emergency fund money in my emergency fund as buying a percentage of freedom. I'm buying a percentage of safety. I'm buying insurance for my lifestyle. I'm going out and purchasing this asset, which is in this case liquid cash, so that I don't have to worry about it. The bank of me, or the bank of you, really helps me do this because I'm not tempted to spend this money. Specifically, I put this in a separate bank account with a different institution. So I have quite a few bank accounts with multiple different entities, and one of my strategies is to put it with a different institution and transfer money over there with a free cost. In Canada, it's e-transfer. So I e-transfer my money over and I purchase my freedom. And with it being in a different institution, the only time I see this is when I'm on a completely different app, right? So I open my banking app and it's not on my Mayo. It's not where all my money comes in. It's on a different app. So I'm not saying, oh, you know what? I have $1,500 that I could buy. I could buy a MacBook with that. No, I don't see that. It's somewhere else. So I only ever see it on my budget spreadsheet where I go, oh, okay, so I have this much. I've purchased this much freedom. So that's how I do it. And it helps me a lot. It's helped me a ton. I'm getting very close to the point where I will be, quote unquote, financially free. I'll have the flexibility, even in this economy where if everything goes wrong, my job goes to shit, it's all gone, I'm not doomed. I'm not out on the street. I'm not worried about, oh my God, what am I going to do for my next meal? It's all covered. It's all good. And that's because I'm buying my freedom. I'm purchasing it from myself, from my future self that wants to get a new gaming laptop, that wants to get a new MacBook, that wants to get a car I can't afford. I'm purchasing freedom from me for me. Now, sometimes you do need that money. You need that freedom that you've purchased. So what do I do then? Because this has happened multiple times where I need to buy an alternator. I needed to buy air conditioning because it was a heat wave and I was literally going to miss work because of a heat stroke. Okay. Do I borrow money from the bank if I can help it? No. With one exception. I'll borrow money from the bank of me or the bank of you. I will take my money out of my account knowing and tracking that I have to repay myself. I have a minimum payment due, or else I'm getting another part-time job. I'm getting something that makes it so I can pay that. Because I can punish myself. That's the only bit of discipline that I need. But what it does do is it means I don't want to disappoint myself. I don't want to be a disappointment. I don't want to not follow through with the things that I told myself. So I pay myself back. I make sure I don't default on a loan from myself. That I follow through and make sure that it's from me and it's paid back to me. It goes right back in that account that's also earning interest. It's a high interest savings account. It's literally free money. It's 4% in a year. Sure, it's not a lot, but it's something, so, might as well. And when I can't, say, make that full payment back, I just do a minimum payment, $50 to $100, let's say, for a $1,000 expense to myself. Okay, I'll put $100 in. $100 in. I owe myself $100. I gotta pay off this. I'll charge myself interest. simple interest, because I'm not very smart. So I will charge myself simple interest. 10% of that whole amount, I have to pay an extra 10% back in. Works great. I save money. It adds to my emergency fund. Sure, it might not be the most, financially beneficial thing to do, but it's a lot better than paying 20% to Discover, to MasterCard, to Visa. If you're in a hole with them, you can think of that you're buying a negative 20% stock. You're buying stock for that amount that provides 20% of its value. That is an insane return. You should do that immediately. Buy yourself out of debt. Buy yourself into freedom. Buy yourself into financial stability. You can buy yourself into anything by reframing your mind, by reframing your outlook, so you're not trying to do these things that people say, save money, pay yourself first. Buy yourself first. It worked for me. This was the only way that I could actually get myself to not just spend money on cool things that I didn't need. Minimalism didn't work. The bank of you, the bank of me, is the only thing that I found. Now, if you have money saving tips, ideas on how to improve on this, leave it below. I'd love to see what other people have come up with to be able to make it work for them. Because right now times are tough. Tariffs are going around. Canada just finished an election. But that doesn't mean the economy is going to get better. So things are grim. People are losing their jobs. So what do you guys do? What are you doing? How do you save money? How do you, honestly, for me, I'm gaslighting myself into saving money and it's working. So what do you do for you? Leave a comment below. I'll see you next week. Sorry, this one's a little bit late. So I think it's going up Wednesday. I was busy watching the election, in all honesty. So have a great week, everybody. I'll see you around.